My fitness journey started like most other brown girls. It started with brown aunties calling me fat. Like,
brown aunties for the win.
You should listen to the...
No, I moved here when I was quite little. But I love Sri Lanka. Like, we go back quite regularly and I love it. I love going there. Yeah.
Were you like the only brown person there?
I was the only brown girl in the school. That's funky.
Wow. In the whole school?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a country town, Dash. Yeah, it would be.
When you say country town, people are like, oh my God, you like lived in a desert or something. It's not like that.
That's what I'm picturing because Queensland country
I'm
towns
picturing like a farm.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm picturing a farm.
No, there are farms. Oh, am I going to get like muscular and bulky if I do this exercise? Or like all these...
I wish I could be muscular.
I wish. Yeah, but it's not the case.
Yeah.
Brown community as well. Like they think cardio is like Zumba cardio, that's for the women, and then the weights is for the guys.
Every time like a girl walks in my gym and who has like really good quads, I'm like being a creep staring at her legs because they look so good. I saw like on one of the podcasts, this girl says that she joined a run club to find a guy.
Yes, I did see that as well. I mean, I think that's a pretty cool plan. Like if dating apps are not working.
That's one way.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. That's one way to do it. And what sort of music do you listen to when you work out?
Oh, that's so funny because I never thought this would be exposed online. I'm like,
oh, tell us.
Genuine.
Respecting the traditional custodians, we acknowledge the Turrbal and Kaurna peoples as the original inhabitants of the lands now known as Brisbane and Adelaide. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and recognise their enduring connection to the land, waters and culture.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Brown Girls Down Under. I'm Dashani, joining from South Australia. And we've also got a special guest today, but we also say hi to Shanali. Shanali, hi, how are you?
Hi there, I thought you were talking about me as a special guest. I was going to say thanks.
I mean, you'll always be special, but...
Hi everyone, I'm joining from Brisbane, and like Desh said, we've got a very special guest on the show today. Yay!
We've
say hi to
Bhagya. Hello.
Yes. Bhagya's now our new best friend. I love her.
And she's from Melbourne, so we are recording from 3 separate states, which is a lot of fun.
Yes.
But thank you so much for being here and actually spending your Sunday with us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Really appreciate. Yes.
Thanks for having me. It's a big honor.
Yeah. How you been, Bhagya? How's your week?
Been good. My weeks are pretty much the same every week. It's just work.
Do you like having that routine?
Yeah, I like it. It keeps me grounded. I don't like being outside of routine.
Fair enough.
Yeah, right.
But before we actually start, we should probably say who she is and what she does, because everyone's going to be like, what's going on? Maybe just introduce yourself briefly a little bit.
Okay, so I'm Bhagya. I'm an online coach. So my mission is to help women with their fat loss and transformation. So I do post on Instagram and I do online coaching as well. And I just want to make things easy for women, especially brown girls. I feel like growing up, I didn't really have someone to look up to, like a big sister that would be real and raw with me. Like there's no like, I feel like there's no imperfect person out there that I could look up to, because everyone looks so perfect and not relatable. So I always wanted to be that. And that's pretty much what I do.
That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Amazing. You said you do online coaching. Do you do any like in-person training as well?
No, just online. Yeah.
How does that work? Do you feel like is a bit challenging to do it online or instead of like face-to-face or like in person?
Yeah, I think lots of people think that online is a lot easier, but I think it's quite hard to manage people and clients online because you're not there with them in person. Exactly. Like you just really have to trust them and like just give them like the right guidance and make sure that they follow through.
I can imagine.
Okay, let's also talk a bit about how you got into it, and also maybe like your credentials and things like that?
Yeah, so my fitness journey started like most other brown girls. It started with brown aunties calling me fat. Like,
brown aunties for the win.
You should listen to the episode that we recorded last week.
That's
exactly what we spoke about, yes.
Well,
but I guess this is for the positive.
Yeah,
I'm
just
hoping
do
it
that.
is for the
Even
positive.
though it's bad, it helped me. Like, thank you. Thanks for calling me fat. But yeah, that's how it started. Just I tried different things, you know, like the workouts in your bedroom, like you literally like panting, like the whole town can hear you breathing. Tried everything that like, you know, most people do, but nothing really worked for me until I moved to Melbourne and I met my boyfriend right now, and he was doing coaching and he was into this fitness thing, and I actually got into it because of him. And I was very much positively influenced by him. At the time, I was studying biomedical science, and I really didn't like that degree. I didn't have a passion for it. I just got into it because, you know, becoming a doctor is what brown girls do.
Brown parent dream.
Oh yeah,
That's
Exactly.
the template right there. So that's why I did that.
That's a dream that's forced on you.
Yeah, that's right. And that's. I did that, but then when I realized that fitness is what I really like and I love helping other people go through their own transformation, I changed my degree. So now I have a Bachelor of Exercise and Sports Science. And I help women just like myself transform their body both physically and mentally. That's my journey. Yeah.
And what did you get any negativity for breaking away from being a doctor, or how was that like?
Not really. I guess there's a bit of like uncertainty because there's not that many people that do it. So there's a bit of that. But after explaining them, okay, this is what I can do from this, and them seeing me in action, I think they really caught on to that, and they're very happy with what I do now, which is good.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, that's like what parents want, like your your kids to be actually happy and enjoy what they do. And I think as long as you're enjoying it,
and you're helping people as well.
Exactly.
And again, helping them with their health, but in a different way to what probably a doctor would do.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you're basically a doctor, right? Like, I mean, it's the same thing. It's health related.
Yeah.
Still helping people.
Exactly. I agree.
I mean, yeah. It's same.
Yeah, pretty much.
But how's your week been, Shanali?
Pretty standard, honestly. We were actually, I think I told you the last time I spoke to you that we were going to go to the beach yesterday. Yeah, so, oh my gosh, that was so funny. So anyway, we were on our way, but there was a massive crash on the freeway. And the normal trip that would take us like an hour took us like over 2 hours to get there. And so our plan was like go to the sunny coast. There are some bakeries that we really like have a few things there, then go to the beach. But we were just so tired from being on the road, and like we were just so frustrated. Like Ryan was like, let's just go to the bakery, get something and just go home. Like I've had enough. And then we went to the bakery, and because it was so late in the afternoon, everything had sold out, you know. So disappointed, I know. And then we just had this I had a really nice chocolate scroll, and he had like a chocolate croissant, and that was it. We literally just had that.
What was
coffee.
it? What was it that you wanted to have? Was it like a donut?
No, so I wanted to go to this place called Kenilworth Bakery that is it's like trending on TikTok and stuff. They have donuts, like coffee in a donut. That's like their thing. And then they have like a whole range of donuts, like savory and sweet. But I don't really have a huge sweet tooth, so I was not too keen on that. But they have the best vegetarian like pies, because vegetarian pies are really hard to find. So I really, really wanted to have that. And then there was another, like a French bakery close by that I wanted to like just look at and see what they have on the menu. But literally, like the people working there were just like, you know, they had like about 2 hours to closing, but because they were sold out, they were just packing up. And there was like nothing. So I was so disappointed. So we literally just got, you know, a couple of things and just had a coffee and just came back. So yeah, that was a bummer.
Did you still go to the beach?
No, we didn't, because Ryan was like already grumpy, and then he's hurt his back at work, and he was in like a lot of pain, and then we had to stay on the road for so long. He was like, let's just go, and I was like, yeah, good idea, let's just go home. So it's fine. Yeah, so that was a bit of a bummer, but it's okay. Yeah, how was yours, Dash?
That's okay. It was good. One of my girlfriends had her birthday earlier this week, so we ended up going out yesterday. So I went to the gym after like 2 weeks because I couldn't go there for 2 weeks, and then I went there yesterday for like a good, I was like, let's start slow and steady. We'll do upper body today. And then I felt like between this, I was like, I believed too much in my muscle memory, so I didn't actually go down in weight, so I just kept doing what I did 2 weeks ago, and now I feel like I may have gone a bit overboard.
Oh no.
But it's alright, it'll be fine.
I mean, isn't it lucky that you have a PT here too?
I know, right? How do I recover from this, man?
Just sleep
But I
for the next 3
think yeah, exactly. And I think it's also, to make things worse, we went go-karting afterwards as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was not good.
Yeah,
it was fun. And then we also went to an arcade where with the games and stuff.
Right.
So we did that for a bit. So it was a good night. And then I woke up early this morning and I started cooking like crazy. So I've done that now. And now I've settled down to have a chat with these girls. So it's good. Overall, it's been
nice
good.
Weekend.
Yeah.
Do you, Bhagya, do you normally work out on the weekends as well, or do you have the weekends off?
I work out Saturday. Sunday is my free day, so it's like chilling. Not really chilling, but like meal prep, catching up with just house things. Like I'm like a clean freak, so I just like I enjoy cleaning.
Oh, that's nice.
Scrubbing the toilets, the bathroom.
I feel you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah.
I wish I could say that.
It's fun.
You know what?
Scrubbing the toilet? Hell no.
No, but cleaning in general, I really love watching like TikTok. Like, have you seen cleaning TikTok? Like it's so satisfying.
It is
and
satisfying. Yeah, true.
I'm actually thinking of starting one of those. It's so fun.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
That would
But
be
I
so
also
good.
I think, not that I'm not admitting to stalking Bhagya now, like I did before, but I've also seen you have sort of like a minimalistic sort of decor, or like a theme is the minimalistic, which I really like. There's a lot of neutral colors with black and maybe metal, or I don't know, black metal, or I don't. But also plants and a pop of green here and there, which I really like.
Thank you.
So
yeah, I think it's not for everyone. Like this, it looks like there's a filter. It's just like neutral brown, black, white, grey. But
nice, it feels like It feels like, you have the demo houses that are like perfectly very well interior decorated. It almost feels like that. You feel so bougie to be.
Sorry,
really
so to break away from that, you said that you work for yourself. What kind of, do you find that boring, or do you actually thrive in that, or how is that like?
I wouldn't say boring. I think it's quite fun, but I do find it challenging just because, I feel like there's so much pressure sometimes, because at the end of the day, no one tells me to do anything. It's on me, and it's that self-discipline.
Yeah,
and
true.
I do crumble. I'll have a day where it's 7 p.m. I've literally done nothing. I've just scrolled on my phone and I feel horrible, but I'll still get the stuff done. But there'll just be days where it's just bad, and you'll just sit there thinking what am I doing? I don't want to do it anymore. But when you really think about it, it's such a blessing. Most people don't get to do this, to work from home, travel anywhere. That's a huge blessing.
Definitely. That's good. And your
But
partner
have you
does
always
similar work as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, so we both do the same thing.
Yeah, so that's good. Yeah. Sorry, Dash, I interrupted you.
No, that's okay. So have you always, have you always known that you wanted to do something for yourself? Whether it was you know, whether it was like being a PT or being a business owner or things like that, have you always thought like, this is, at the end of the day, this is what I want to work towards? Or were you like, oh, I really don't want to do a 9 to 5. This is what I want to do. Did you always knew that you wanted to do something on your own?
Not at all. Like, I feel like I had no idea. Like, I just started it just because I was curious. And I realized, oh, hey, maybe I'm like okay at this and I kind of like it. So I'll just give it a go. Like, I feel like I never knew I would do this. That, like, I'm not one of those people that were like, oh, when I was 5, like, I wanted to be like a millionaire. Like, I didn't think that. Yeah. Like, it's just something that grew on me and I like it now. Yeah. Have you guys thought that? Like, do you like always wanted to work like for a 9 to 5 or work for yourself?
I think I actually always wanted to work for myself because my dad was always very much like the entrepreneur, like he had his own business and he always pushed all of us to do that. But obviously like now I work as a teacher, so obviously that's not something I can do right now. But maybe like that is in the pipeline, I reckon. Like in the future, I would definitely love to do something with, like, obviously use my experience and qualifications, but also eventually do something for myself, I reckon.
Oh.
What about you, Dash?
I haven't actually, no. I didn't ever think that like, oh, this is like, I want to be working for myself or I want to have a business that I eventually can quit and, you know, do full time. I feel like it's just, I'm like always scared of taking risks. That's just not something I thrive of. So I always like the fact that I always loved stability, but I also know that yes, you can have stability, but I think you can do something on your own, struggle for a little bit and reach that stability eventually. But for me, it's just that I feel like I don't believe in myself enough to take that risk. Sometimes I feel like always I just weigh the pros and cons and then I'm like, oh, I tend to stick to the comfort zone a lot, which is something I struggle a lot as well, like pushing myself out of the comfort zone, that I'm like quite hesitant at first. But at the moment though, my work actually keeps, like, it challenges me and it stimulates me. But I do know that I want to do something, I want to do something outside of work that I can put my energy into so that I can also not do like work as well, like as in something that's completely opposite to what I do at work is something maybe more creative in the creative space. But I don't know yet. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like our podcast is a little bit something.
Exactly. I mean, this is good. Yeah, exactly. This is a good break away from the average lives we have.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But did you guys also hear about the Powerball? Someone won $150 million this week or last weekend.
It's crazy,
What would you do with $150 million?
Oh God,
Bhagya?
what wouldn't I do is the question. Like, I would 100% I would move back home. Absolutely.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that definitely I would do that. And I think, but I mean, obviously I would have a backup plan to come back if, you know, because we all know that, you know, back home is not the most stable. So,
but I think if you are a lottery winner, like if you win like a big chunk of money, they give you permanent residency straight away. Even like, let's say if you're a foreigner, like if you're not an Australian resident, they give you money, they give you the residency or the citizenship straight away because they want you to spend your money here.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. But then not with Shonali though. She's going to take it back home.
Bye.
I'm out of here.
100%. I would just go home. I think I would like buy plots of land and just have like dog orphanages and just like all
really
street
good.
animals and just live by the beach.
That's a good one.
Yeah, like live by a property close to the beach and just live there. Spend the rest of my life there. 100%.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. What about you, Bhagya? What would you?
Yeah.
What would you do?
I think I would just travel. Like, that sounds like the dream.
Yeah.
Would you have a franchisee of like gyms?
Oh yeah, imagine that.
A line of activewear. Like, would you stop working though? Would you?
I
Because
would
I'm
not.
asking you because you
I
exactly
would go
because I feel like you
crazy.
really enjoy. Yeah.
No, I would not stop working. I would just use that money and just travel everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Nice,
a lot
nice,
of
nice.
traveling.
Yeah.
$150 million. Yeah.
Imagine that though. That is insane. That's an insane amount of money.
I can't
I
imagine.
Like,
what
how
it
do you
is,
get
like,
all those
honestly. What
numbers
is it?
right? Like, surely you can read the future or something. There's no way.
Yeah.
What
I
a
don't
stroke of the
know.
luck. Yeah. I mean, I did buy a ticket. I got nothing.
Who's the one
Actually,
giving
maybe
them
I
the
need to
money,
get
man?
into it. Maybe.
Hey?
Who's the
Yeah.
one giving them that much money?
I know.
Exactly. How do they, like, I don't know actually. That's a good question. Like, where's that 150 million coming from? Do you think like brands and stuff sponsor these Powerball people and they give them money?
The lotteries.
Like,
Powerball people.
exactly. I don't know what you call them, but like, how do? Surely there's like a company, and then how do they get paid? Like how? Like why would I don't? Oh wait, actually, if people buy tickets, then that's like a fundraiser, right? So maybe that's so there's 150.
That's true.
It is
But
probably
that's
funds from
what. But then how many? So Australia's population is like what, 24 million?
What is this podcast turning into?
I don't know. I'm just very curious. How the hell do they put together 150 million and then one person wins it and he gets the 150 or she gets the 150 million? And yeah, I don't think that doesn't make sense. Like how?
Yeah, I don't get that either.
I don't know. But I would very much like to have the 150 million regardless.
Yeah. What would you do if you got it?
Oh, I would, it's 150 million. That's a lot of money. I would get all my friends and my family here. And then also like have like dog orphanages or like maybe just like you know how they have like this aged care things like for like, you know, older senior citizens. I would have something like that for animals. And then have people come and pet them for free. Because I'm a nice person.
So wholesome. Love that.
And I would buy a farm and I would have like llamas and what's the other you know, not the llamas but what's the yes I would have them. They're like very cute. Apparently cute. You know what, 2 years ago I think I was looking for alpacas on Gumtree and they were like $2,000. They're not even that.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what I was gonna do, but I went down a rabbit hole and then I was looking on Gumtree for alpacas. You have to buy them, like you have to buy them as a pair. You can't buy them.
That's so
Yeah,
cute.
because I think I don't know, maybe they get sad and depressed if they're by themselves. And you have to, I don't know why I know this information, honestly.
So random.
But yeah, but anyway, they're not that expensive. I was surprised.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they're cheaper than
Save
like a
up for
golden
it.
retriever. Yeah.
True. Sorry, Bhagya,
And
this
they're
is our
tall too.
podcast. We just like go around in like circles.
No, this
talk
is
about
great.
Nothing at all.
Also, I have another question. Okay, this is like, we're not sticking to a script
No,
today.
what
Like,
is
it's
this
just all
script?
over
This
the
is
place.
We didn't talk about this.
Script is out of the window. But I also want to say, Bhagya, you said that you started working out. Did you start working out when you, well, I don't know actually. Did you come to Australia to complete your higher studies?
I
Or were you
came
born here?
when I was 8 years old, so I came with my parents and my family.
Oh, okay.
Because my dad got a job here. And so I
Okay.
did my part of primary school, all of my high school in Australia. And then they actually live in a country town called Warrnambool. It's like 3.5 hours away from the city in Melbourne. So I moved to Melbourne for uni. So yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. I thought you were like, you know, born and brought up in Sri Lanka.
No, I moved here when I was quite little. But I love Sri Lanka. Like we go back quite regularly and I love it. I love going there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you said you moved to Melbourne for uni, did you live by yourself?
Yes. So I lived
Oh.
at the uni like alone. But I guess it's fun because like you know your parents are nearby. But like
That's true,
they're not in a different country. But it's
So you grew up in a country town, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, what
Pretty
was that
much.
like?
Oh.
Good actually. It's not bad. Like I was the
Were
only
you like the only brown person there?
I was the only brown girl in the school. That's funky.
Wow. In the whole school?
Yeah.
What?
It's a country town, Dash. Yeah, it would be.
Wow.
I mean, right now,
but it's
there's
Victoria though. You
Yeah,
but
now
then
there
you
would
said
be.
Yeah.
This is a while ago.
that's true.
And I went to a fairly
was
small
that?
school. It was actually quite good. Like it was, I feel like people were so way more friendlier over there, like than the city.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
When you say country town, would you say they're like almost bogan Australians?
As in?
Or
Oh,
as
sorry.
in,
I
are
got
they-
no, not that much. I think
No.
it's like in the
Okay.
middle, kind of. It's not like very
Okay.
much there, like middle ground. Yeah.
But also, okay. As in, was there a lot of like paint a picture for us? Is it like it's like
When I feel
like very
when you say country town, people are like, "Oh my god, you like lived in a desert or something." It's not like that.
That's what I'm picturing because Queensland country
I'm
towns
picturing
are
like a farm.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm picturing a farm.
No, there are farms, but like
picturing a desert.
it's just like a small version of Melbourne, yeah, and like
okay.
less people,
okay.
and like all the shops and stuff are there, like Coles, Kmart, things
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So like not super regional or anything.
yeah, like 3 hours. Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Bhagya in a cowboy hat.
That's what
I don't know why.
That's what I was thinking too.
Got the toothpick.
That's right. Yeah. With her little dumbbells.
That's what I was thinking. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That would have been a
Oh,
nice experience.
That's
Yeah, we used to
Yeah,
ride a
exactly.
horse to the school.
No way.
No, we didn't.
You're joking. I don't know why Shanali actually believed it.
I did because like we were talking about alpacas and all that and I was like, wow.
That would have been cool though. That would have been a cool way to go to school.
Yeah.
Would have been. I did not do that. I walked to school.
Yes, so actually moving on to something that was in the script that we were meant to discuss. Obviously coming from a brown background, from a brown culture, there's a lot of perspectives and things that are maybe different to what, Western people think about gym and working out and all that. What has your experience been like, Desh? Like growing up, coming from Sri Lanka, before you moved here, what was your perspective or assumptions about health and fitness and all that?
I guess now that I'm in Australia and I think about what, I see a lot of, schools and I have now seen the importance of like an active lifestyle that's been engraved from a very young age to like Australian kids, and it makes me think about like what we did when we were kids, and there wasn't a lot of emphasis on like being active and all of that in Sri Lanka when we were growing up. Like I mean, we used to we had PT as a subject in school, but we never actually did anything. We went to the ground and walked around the ground and came back to the class.
Right?
Or I remember a lot of the teachers would take that period to teach something else. Like there wasn't any sort of importance given to it.
Absolutely.
There's no emphasis even in my family. Like I don't know if it's because all of me and my younger sisters, we were I wouldn't say severely, but most of our lives we've been underweight. So there wasn't any sort of emphasis on working out or playing sports or anything like that, which I think is something that Sri Lankan kids miss out a lot.
Definitely.
And whether it's how you always talk about, you should be eating grains, you should be eating all these greens, food and all of that. But why isn't there a big emphasis on, being active and maintaining, going for a walk every day or, having that active lifestyle? Or even for that matter, I feel like a lot of Australians, even after school, even after working and having a 9 to 5 or a business, I feel like they're quite into sports and they try to play a sport, whether they're good at it or bad at it, which is something that we lack a lot in Sri Lanka. There's not an emphasis on people just play sports or be active, and I think that's a good way to get people into being active at first as well, because as we know, sports bring people together, and that's a good way to promote an active lifestyle, which Yeah, I think those would be the biggest things that surprised me after seeing both sides, of the different cultures.
Yeah.
What about you guys? What do you think?
My case was, I think, similar to yours. Like, I was quite severely underweight as well growing up. But then my mum was very big on us having an active lifestyle. So from the time we were young, like, we were pushed to, like, be very active. All three of us were into sports and all that. And we were encouraged to be a part of everything. And then, like, my parents are quite active as well. So,
That's really good.
Yeah. So, I mean, even up to date, like, they're in their 60s and they're still really active. So they would always encourage us. But like you say in school, the whole other teachers taking that period to teach something else, like, that just struck me when you said that, because that's exactly what happened. And I feel like, our PT teachers had other things to focus on, like, if our nails were long or if our uniforms were short, or rubbish like this that had nothing to do with what we were actually learning, So and then, like, coming here now that I'm actually working in education, like, I can see what a huge focus there is on being active. Like, they have cross country runs for the kids. Like, obviously they're not, it's not a cross country per se, but even if they run like around the school or whatever, that's such a big thing. Like, parents get involved in that. They play sports on the weekends. There's, like, run clubs. There's so much here to encourage people to be physically active, because obviously later on in life, like, that leads to other problems if you are not physically active. And
exactly.
Like, the government actually takes an initiative in that to encourage that. I mean, I don't know if things have changed back home, because obviously, like, we haven't really been involved in it in the last kind of decade. And, like, from what I see on social media now, there's a lot of, like, influencers and fitness people who are talking about it. But again, that is only in Colombo, and that's, like, such a minority, if you think about it, because there's such a big, the rest of the country is there. So
and I think it's also, like, if you take before, like, the modernization of the society, like, Sri Lankan people, they used to be farmers.
Yeah, exactly.
And their livelihood depended on a lot of physical activity, because that was their job.
Yeah.
I guess maybe back in the day, people used to be very fit and healthy because their job required a lot of required for them to be physically active. But then people later on moved to desk jobs and things like that, which they haven't kept up their lifestyle accordingly, so which I think has led to a lot of problems.
What about you, Bhagya? Because you obviously had a little bit of experience back home in Sri Lanka, and then coming here, like, what was your experience like?
Well, I guess I was with my parents still, and they're very brown and they didn't used to be active, or they didn't tell us, you need to go to the gym or anything like that. They did make us do, like, at least one sport, which is, I think, really, really good. It kept my body moving and active. But other than that, I feel like there's no, like, I never got told to go to the gym, or like girls should do that. It should just be like eat. Because I was also like underweight. So it was just everyone just telling me, you got to eat, you're not eating enough. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's the only advice I got. It's never like exercise. Like, that was never even like in the equation for me. Yeah. So I think we're all in like similar boat with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, for me, I think my parents, like, encourage sports, but they're still quite anti-gym. So even to date, like, when, like, they don't like me lifting weights or anything, because, I mean, this is obviously quite a common misconception where if you go to gym and lift weights, then you become really bulky and muscular and you become like a man, So there's, like, that, obviously you must hear that quite a lot, being in the industry itself. Like, is that the case for you?
Yeah, I hear that all the time, and I like, if you go through my DMs, it's flooded with that, like, oh, am I going to get like muscular and bulky if I do this exercise, or like all these.
I wish I could be muscular.
I wish. But it's not the case.
Yeah, right.
I think in Lanka, like in brown community as well, like they think cardio is like Zumba cardio, that's for the women, and then the weights is for the guys to look big and like jacked. But that's really not the case.
No, absolutely not.
It's not, yeah.
And I think like weightlifting has so many benefits for like women's
true.
health, with bone density. Like obviously things like arthritis and osteoporosis is so
Yes.
common amongst women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like lifting weights has such a positive impact on that, which I don't think brown parents really know about that,
No, yeah.
So can you please
that's
tell my
probably-
parents, Bhagya? They're listening. So can you please tell them how good it is?
And that's probably why there's like a big population of like Sri Lankan community that gets like, that's, and these diseases like arthritis and all these bone related diseases, they're quite common in the senior sort of community in Sri Lanka. And this is probably why, because they don't, work out and they don't do strength training, which they should.
Exactly. Yeah.
And mind you, like I hear, like when I think not this gym that I go to, but my previous gym had a lot of like senior, like a lot of older gentlemen who's like had a head full of grey hair. And they're so jacked and they like work out and they're
So
very
fit.
wholesome. They always bring like this little notebook with them and they have a little pen and a ruler and they have a little table and they fill out their ways. It's just the most
really?
wholesome
That's
thing
so
ever.
cute.
It's just so
That's
sweet. And they're the
amazing.
nicest people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're the nicest people ever. And they're like, I want to be you when I grow up. You look great. Yeah, but it's very wholesome. Yeah.
I think it's crazy how little people know that working out literally expands your life. Like literally it adds years to your life, which is why I tell my parents, like, I'm going to convince you to go to the gym one day. Like, because I want you to live longer. Like it's like, it's as
So
simple
what do
as
they
that.
do for exercise? Do they are they involved in anything or?
They walk a lot, so they go on little walks together, and they're starting to work out from home. So they've got, like, I've made them a workout and they've got resistant bands and like
that's so
dumbbells.
Oh, that's good. I mean, you've got a personal trainer
Exactly.
as your daughter.
As a daughter, like,
exactly.
what more do you want, right?
Yeah.
Actually, now that makes me think. I think I've seen. I don't know. Well, now that you say that, must be like your partner Kevin's mum, who's like quite fit, and she loves working out. And she is an absolute queen. I'm like, this woman is amazing. And I'm like, how great is that?
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Are they
Like
in Sri
Kevin-
Lanka or here?
They're both here right now. Like Kevin's dad is jacked. Like he's literally so built, and he's like almost 60.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amazing. But it's just such a nice fit family then.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. Yeah, and that's what you. I feel like maybe that's a lot of that. I think our brown societies lacks a lot of that awareness as well. Like when people get older, they're like, oh, going to the gym is not for me. It's not for someone my age. Which it's so nice to see. I think I've seen you and Kevin share a lot of good things about his mom as well, and that sort of inspires a lot of people, and that's great. It's great to see. But yeah, it's very
Maybe
awesome.
she should have an
love
Instagram account to
I know.
motivate.
We should make her an influencer. Exactly. We need that content out there. Yeah, so I can show my mum. I feel like my mum sometimes get a rush of energy and she's like, I want to work out, and then she buys like this elliptical machine, and then she works out for like 2 days, and then it's like a towel rack.
But again,
That's
right?
literally
Like,
her.
that's all like cardio. That's everything that they get. Like it's like the running machine. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love cardio. I actually prefer, like Bhagya, please don't come at me, but I prefer cardio over weightlifting. Like Desh knows this,
Yes, she does.
I never miss my cardio days at gym because I love it so much. But I promise I do weights as well. But I feel like, when in Sri Lanka, like when you say, we're working out, it's always like, some kind of running machine or like walking. It's all cardio. Like no one even considers the weight side of it, right?
Yeah, true.
It's just not a thing.
And also, I know Shanali loves cardio, and I'm the complete opposite. I hate
the opposite.
cardio. Yeah, what are your thoughts, Bhagya? Do I need to get into cardio, or can I get away with it?
I mean, one, if you want to be a runner or like if you want to be good at that, probably like if you want to be a good runner, you can't just do weights and not run. Or if you want to work on your heart health or cardiovascular fitness, it's good. But if you want to like work on your physique, like build muscle, lose fat, it's not really needed. I don't do cardio. I hate cardio. I literally cannot survive.
Two against one. Two against one.
Thank you for validating me.
No, cardio has lots of benefits. Like I'm not like throwing crap on cardio. It's really, really good for you.
Yeah.
But I personally don't like it and I don't need it for my goal. So if you don't need it, you don't need it, you know?
Yeah. Also, that's a good point. Let's talk about how important it is to set your fitness goals before you start your journey, because it can be like I can't do the workout that you do and hope that it works for me, because our goals can be very different. Let's talk a bit about that. How do you get your clients, like when you first get a new client, or how do you get it started with them? What are the conversations that you need to have first prior to starting your fitness journey?
I think the most important thing is figuring out what they can realistically do. I think what we all do is we jump all in, like from going, like doing nothing. Okay, I'm going to the gym like every day. Like it's really not realistic. So like if let's say someone is a mom or like they're working full time or they have so many commitments, they're not really going to have all the time in the world. So it's just figuring out how much time you have and how much you're willing to commit. Once you have that, then you can allocate like, okay, I can commit 2 days per week to go to the gym, or I can commit 4 days, or like different levels, I guess. And it also depends on your history as well. If you've never been to the gym, it's going to be hard to like do all of these things all at once. Like start very simple, learn the basics, the fundamentals, and then progress from there. Yeah.
And also, I guess that is why like setting up realistic goals is very important, because that's the only way it's going to be sustainable, right? Because otherwise, like you do it and then you get tired of it and then you never want. Exactly. Yeah. I think it's really important to analyze what you want, how you're going to do it, what's the time that you can allocate for something. Because I guess what you initially should focus on, like making this a habit. How do I make this a habit?
That's true.
Obviously you need to do it for a period of time to make it a habit. And then go from there.
And then I think that's where your knowledge comes in, Bhagya, right? Like the importance of having a personal trainer, at least to start out with, I reckon, is to get, like, if you have no clue what you're doing, like, you know, Googling will only get you that far. You know, if you have someone who actually has the knowledge and the experience and the education to back that up and actually help you with it, I think that would really make sure that it's more sustainable and you're not just going to, you know, crash after a while and then just give up on everything after that.
Yeah, and I think it's also nice to know that, like, if, you know, Bhagya, who's like, you know, has so much knowledge and education in this field, but also has gone through like a similar journey. Like if somebody is like, you know, it's easier to build that trust with someone who knows how you're feeling.
Yeah, that's right.
Like very, because then then it's relatable to you. You know how you know how your client's going to feel, and then client trusts you because she knows that you've been through that as well. But
I think that's also super important.
I want to know, what are your fitness goals at the moment?
My goals?
Yeah. What are you working towards?
Right now, I'm in a building phase. So my initial goal was to lose weight, and then I got there and I realized I'm like so skinny, I don't have any muscle. So for like the past 2 years, that's literally what I've been doing. Slowly building size, and it's fun. You get to eat more. Be more creative.
What about you, Shanali? What are your fitness goals?
Mine is honestly like building stamina. Like that was really big for me, because for me, I always like went in and out of working out. Like I was pretty active most of the time, but then I did Pilates. I think I said this before, like, you know, to you, Dash, before. I've done like reformer Pilates. I was really into it for about 6 months. And then I went to Sri Lanka for 3 months. And like while I was home as well, I tried to, work out, and then I got sick and all that. Anyway, I completely fell off the bandwagon. Came back, just could not get back into it. No matter what I tried, I just could not. And then I started like what I'm doing now, which is like Fit Stop. I started doing that like end of last year. And then now I've been quite consistent with that. So for me, I think the biggest thing was like building cardiovascular health and like building stamina. And I actually I would love to be a runner if I could. Like I do run, but like not to the extent of being a runner. Like I would love to do that because I just hate like being tired after doing just like normal jobs at home. That is like my biggest thing is like, I just don't want to, I want to be able to do daily life stuff. And because my job keeps me very active, like I'm constantly running after kids. So I need to have the stamina and energy to be able to do that. So that's definitely my goal. What about you, Dash?
Let's sign you up for a half a marathon, Chanel.
Oh, I would love to,
actually,
honestly. I would love to do that. I'm trying to convince Ryan to get on it with me so that we can do it together. I would absolutely love to do that.
Have you done
MJ
a
has
quarter?
started running.
Sorry?
Have you done a quarter marathon yet? Or
No, I haven't. I haven't done any marathons.
you can
yet.
do a quarter first. I've done that before because I used to
Really?
run.
What is a quarter? Is that 10?
Exactly.
10.
10K.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good.
10.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a quarter marathon. I thought it was half. And
You can do quarter, yeah.
okay.
Okay. MJ started running recently with some of our friends. And I guess, it's really good apart from the fact that he wakes at 5 a.m. to do it. Apart from that, that's really good, I guess.
Yes, so as I was saying, I don't know if it's a thing in your states, but run clubs are gaining a lot of popularity here in Queensland, in Brisbane. Like, I feel like every other person I know is part of a run club. Is that a thing where you guys are?
I don't know.
It's a big thing in Adelaide. I've seen people do it because I work from the city on Fridays. Every time I finish work and I'm like driving home, I see a lot of it. And it's really nice to see a range of like people from all like age ranges like joining these clubs. It's just like 20-year-olds with a 60-year-old grandma. Like it's really nice. I think it brings people together. But it is. I've seen a lot on TikTok as well. There's like special like channels and pages dedicated to Run Club. They just advertise, we're running in Glenelg Beach this weekend or like somewhere, which is nice. And then they get coffee afterwards, which is a good networking
One of my
way
friends
as well.
actually started, like she and some of her friends started a slow run club. So their whole thing is like running slow and steady. So basically you just run at your own pace, and that's pretty cool as well, so.
I saw like on one of the podcasts, this girl says that she joined a run club to find a guy.
Yes, I did see that as well. I think that's a pretty cool plan. Like if dating apps are not working.
That's one way.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's one way to do it, and the person that you're gonna find is also like active, and that's good. That's one thing you have in common already.
Yeah, exactly.
Smart.
Yeah, definitely. But you didn't tell us about your fitness goals, Ish. What is yours?
My fitness goals. I think similar to you. I started off, I think about 2 years ago now, like actively starting to go to the gym because I have, I found gym, I still remember the first day I went to the gym. I went in, I sat down on the, that area in front of the reception where you can sit. I sat there and then I came back home because I was like so intimidated. I felt like all I could imagine in my head was like me falling off of the treadmill. like literally like weights falling on me. That's all I could imagine. I was so intimidated. But then I also went the next day and then I started on the treadmill. Did that, and then I don't know what this is called, but this machine that has the steps where you climb.
Stairmaster.
What is that? Oh, Stairmaster. That's right. Yeah. And I did that, and I hated it, but I kept doing it anyway. Oh my God, that machine, I wish I could burn it to the ground. It's just so hard. It is, but I kept doing it anyway because, yeah. And then I did that, and then I don't think I did anyways. This was when I was in Melbourne. So all I did was like cardio, literally, yeah. So treadmill, that, and that's all I did, cardio. And then I came to Adelaide because I was scared to do weights because I have a condition called scoliosis, which I have like a curve in my spine. So I was so scared of doing exercises the wrong way that could potentially hurt me. So that's when I got a PT, and then she slowly, and I didn't even know how to use any of the machines as well. And then we slowly started doing like full body workouts where like we wouldn't like train a muscle group a day or whatever. So we would just do 2 upper body and 2 lower body. I think I kept doing that for like 6 months, and then she was like, yeah, you can focus on muscle groups now. And that's when I had to like sit back and think, what do I actually want out of this? Like, what are my goals? So yeah, but after that, I've been quite consistent now, I would say. Last year would be the year that I've been most active because in addition to going to the gym like 4 times a week, I also did like started playing badminton, going on walks and things like that, which was really good. But now in 2024, at this stage, my fitness goals would be to maybe lose like 2 kilos, which it shouldn't be that hard, but I think I want to have a better relationship with food. Obviously, I don't think I'm really bad at it. I'm really bad at not having like eating enough protein, which is like quite important. And also even fruits and veggies. I want to do that a lot because when I'm on site, I don't get much of a choice of like what I want to eat. But I'm quite surprised. I think it's better than I've like expected because in our camp we have a big variety of like veggie options available. As in they always do like a roast vegetables. They always do like plenty of salads, and there's always like a lot of protein like seafood, meat, even like veg options available. It's just that you can't be a picky eater. You just have to make sure
eat what they give you.
Exactly, and which is a lot of the times they do a lot of healthy options. But I just have to make sure that I'm not craving like rice and curry when I'm on site.
That's the thing. Do you eat a lot of rice and curry, Bhagya?
Yeah, I do. I eat rice every day. I can't survive without rice. I'm a big, but I can't really cook that well, like rice and curry, I think. I'm a very bad cook. Not gonna lie.
I'm sure. Well, from what I've seen, I think you're a good cook, Bhagya.
That's what you see.
What about Kevin? Is he a good cook?
Is he?
No.
Oh, really? Usually it's one person's a good cook, one's not.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know when you like grow up
But
and you
it's
think,
good.
I hope they can cook because I can't. Like neither of us can cook.
That's what I thought, but luckily, I mean, because I moved here by myself, I had to learn how to cook because I'm a picky eater as well.
But I was going to say, like the whole,
anyway.
like Dashi was saying, you were intimidated on your first day to gym. I think that's quite a common thing for a lot of people, right? Like, what would you recommend for someone who is kind of feeling that, and like, what can they do to overcome that?
I think, it is very common. Even I felt that before. Knowing that most people don't know what they're doing is going to help you, because now that I know most of like not most things, I know that what's right and what's wrong in terms of most cases. When I look around in the gym, people that look like they know what they're doing, they're actually doing like some rubbish thing.
Really?
Because in our head, when we first go to the gym, we think, everyone is like athletic or they're advanced. But in reality, most people are in that boat and they don't know what they're doing, and it's completely fine. And also knowing that gym is like a very like community-based place. Everyone is there to make themselves better. Everyone is there to improve. Everyone is on their own journey, and most likely they're just looking at themselves in the mirror anyway. They're not looking at you. So just focus on what you're doing.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
I think,
that is
obviously
true.
you will get here and there a person that like judges you or whatever, but those people are everywhere in life.
Exactly, not just in the gym.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So just do what you're doing.
Yeah, and I think you'd realize, like, if you see like someone who you think, you know, is very well experienced in the gym, and that person might, like, you also have to understand they also started where you are.
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
We all started somewhere small, and honestly, like, I feel it's a, when I first started, I thought like it was very intimidating, but now like that I've, you know, I've been working out for a while, I feel like it's one of the most wholesome communities that you can get. Everyone's so supportive.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very good.
I'm
But
so big on the community thing. Like I've always preferred going to like classes, because I'm very big on having people around. I know some people don't like that, but I way prefer that to working out alone. So that's why, like, you know, even the gym I'm a part of now, the community is so good and they're so helpful. And even like on Friday or Thursday when I went, I'm so bad at chin-ups. Like I can't even do one to save my life.
Same.
I know. So I was literally like struggling, and this girl just came running from nowhere, and then she put, you know, the tape or whatever that thing, the band.
The resistance.
The band,
Yeah. And then she put that for me, and I couldn't, like, I was swaying. I couldn't like reach my foot on the back. And then she was like pushing me to make sure that I don't fall. So embarrassing. Because everyone else was like so good at it, and I'm just like, ugh. But I know I'll get there. It is hard, I know. And I know I'll get there like one day. But you know, it's like just so supportive, and that's what I want. Like I really thrive in that kind of environment.
Actually, speaking of chin-ups, I think that's one of my goals at the moment, like
Let's
being
go.
able to do that.
One chin-up.
And also, I want to have like really mad looking quads, which I don't know why. Every time like a girl walks in my gym and who has like really good quads, I'm like being a creep staring at her legs because they look so good. Yes, so I love people with like really good quads and a really good back, and that's the physique I'm going for. I'll probably get there in like 2 years, but I'll get there.
Get there eventually.
But yeah, I really like them, and it's really nice to see like girls in the gym as well. Like it's very like, you know, when a girl like compliments you like about like, you know, your form or anything, that's just like a lot more like it's very encouraging than a guy saying,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The guy tells you, you're like, ew, go away, don't talk to me,
go away. What a freak, what a pervert, get out of my life.
What do you want? So true.
Exactly.
So true.
But yeah, and I think also about what you said about working with a community or like with a group of people, I think that's a very good way if someone's also wanting to get into the gym or like wanting to start their fitness journeys, like, you know, having a friend to go to the gym with or having your partner, because that's how I started. Like I started going with MJ, and I was just like always whatever machine that was available next to him, that's what I was doing. So I was like so scared to doing anything else. But that's how I got into it. But now I'm just like, I'm the one convincing him to go to the gym because I like enjoy it. I think that's what you need to do to get started. Just get started somehow, and then once it becomes a habit, that's when, you know, you don't have to do, because if you I remember like one time, like I had like been consistently working out for like few months, and there was like 3 weeks where I couldn't go because I went to Sri Lanka and all of that, and I felt horrible. Like you feel like you're getting sick because you're not getting that movement or anything like that. So that's once your body gets used to it, your body's gonna crave it, and then, you know, that's how and all after that it's just discipline. After that it's just having that motivation and discipline to get you where you wanted to go. So yeah.
Yeah, so one of the other benefits I think that really helps you as a person is the mental health side of things that come with working out and movement. What can you say about that, Bhagya? Like, do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%. I think something that I'm really big on is like movement being medicine. Like, I think that's so true. And for me personally, like, I don't even go to the gym most of the time just for the physical side of things. Like, it's like for my mindset and mental peace. Like, it's just part of my routine. And if I don't go, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm losing muscle. I'm just thinking, oh, like, I need that time, like, for my mind. and it's like a place where you just go and you're with yourself and your thoughts and you're just working on you. And I don't think you get that from many other things in life. Obviously there are things, but it does help a lot with that mental clarity and just working on yourself and mind.
That's very true.
Yeah. Do you guys feel that?
I think, yeah, because I think I felt this, like I didn't, obviously I knew this because, you know, it's scientifically proven and everything to improve, you know, how your physical fitness is connected with your mental health. But one thing that when it really hit me was like, obviously when I'm working, the way I work is like I work away from home, and they have where we work, where in our camp, there's a big emphasis on being physically active even after work, because when you're like, you can easily feel isolated when you're, because you know you're working away from home and all of that, and they have regular fitness classes every day of the week as well. There's nice. Like personal trainers there doing classes as well. But what I've noticed is like, obviously when I first started and getting into this FIFA lifestyle, it's obviously a big change. And I had been going to the gym consistently at like in Adelaide, and then I was in the middle of nowhere, and then there's a gym and then there's a lot of intimidating gym bros on camp as well. But so that was a big change of environment at first. But I also remember, because of this whole lifestyle change as well, there was sometimes, you know, situations where I was like, oh, this, like I'm not doing, like I'm very like, I feel like when things are not going well at work, you can easily be, you know, not feel great and upset. Obviously, as a graduate, you know, you're not going to be able to contribute as much as a well-experienced person. There's it's an environment where you learn a lot, but it can also sort of take you down a bit, because you feel like you want to do stuff, but you don't know how. And it's sometimes frustrating when you find out that you don't know things as you would. So work can be complicated at sometimes. And I remember one day that I was like feeling very upset. I was like, oh, you know, this day is not going well. Nothing's working out the way I want to. But I felt like I was like, that's fine. Maybe I'm just like, you know, maybe this is like a phase. I'll get out of it. I'll just go to the gym anyway. And I'll remember I went to the gym. I did my workout. I worked out for like 45 minutes or whatever. And then I remember being like, I don't know how. I was like 30 minutes ago, I was so down. I was so upset, but now I'm like pumped. And I have a plan what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Everything's going to work out fine. And I was just like bubbly. I was like bouncing around. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I want to almost like dissect a human brain and see how it works. Like, honestly, I don't understand. I was like, I can't believe I was like so sad and upset.
You probably don't have to go to that extent. You can. You can do it externally. Not kill someone and cut their brain open.
I want to see like a real-time data of a brain, how it works when someone's working. Like when a sad person works out and then becomes a happy person. I want to see that. I want to see the curve of the spirits lifting.
You're such a nerd.
I just don't. I'm sorry, but it's just I couldn't believe it, and I'm like, oh, this is this is maybe what's like people are talking about, and how you know, exercise, you know, making people like lifting their spirits and everything. And I was like, I knew that this is a thing, but I was like, the first time I experienced it, and it was like, I was like blown away. And then after that, I was like, I'm going to work out today just in case. Like if I don't, I'm going to be sad the next day. So I'm going to stop me from feeling sad by working out. So that was really good. And I think that's why probably there's a big emphasis like for people working FIFO as well, like to work out and be physically active even after work.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what are have you experienced anything like that?
Oh, I mean, for me, like the hardest part is because I wake up quite early to go to gym, and like convincing myself to wake up at 4:30 is so hard. I try, and I mean, it's really good that I do wake up that early, because then I try to go to bed by like 9:30 the latest. But like I think on Friday
Oh yeah, yesterday. So Friday we recorded and it was really late, so I didn't get to bed till really late. So I didn't actually end up going to gym because I know, because I just I knew that when I wouldn't have got my proper hours of sleep, and then I'm not a good person after that. So because I try to go to bed early as well. But then when I wake up, trying to convince myself, because I'm just think of the feeling after. How will you feel after? You feel on top of the world. You feel so good. You achieve something so early in the day, and then the rest of the day is just gonna be a breeze. So that's, I have to talk myself into that quite a bit. But I know that it'll be so worth it. Once I'm done.
That is true though. I remember when I used to work out early morning. I used to go to, so on the days that I worked out early morning, I used to go to work earlier than I normally would. And I'm buzzing. It's like I had 4 shots of coffee. I'm pumped. Let's go.
So true. So
Which
true.
is so weird. Every time it's oh, have you gone to the gym? Everyone
that's
knows instantly everyone knows.
That's why. Yeah.
But
So I think that's why as a brown, our community needs to realize, our parents, all these aunties and uncles need to realize it's people don't go to gym just to look a certain way, or just for that. There is so much
100%.
more that comes out of it, the mental, obviously no one talks about mental health in Sri Lanka. That's non-existent. So it's so important for things like that as well, so
It's easier, it's cheaper and easier than paying for a psychologist.
Exactly.
Go to the gym, girls.
Yeah. Don't, therapy is needed.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Come on, we're pushing for
Get
that.
therapy. 100%.
Yeah. But also go to the gym or, work out, do something.
I don't want you to be crying in the gym, okay? So just
And we don't,
get therapy.
We don't want toxic masculinity in the gym.
Oh, yeah.
So you need
None of
therapy for that. But, gym
Yeah.
for other things. Yeah, absolutely.
So as I think we know, Bhagya, you're a fitness influencer, coach, and you do a lot of social media content related to fitness as well. How's that been? I obviously know that people don't like being told that they need to be doing things, or they don't like being told that they're not, doing enough, or that they're doing things wrong, or they just always like to be in their comfort zone and being always told that, always being appreciated what they're doing is fine. But, if you want to achieve things, you have to push yourself out of the comfort zone, which I think which is a lot of the information that you put on social medias as well, is calling people out and obviously also trying to guide them the right way. How has that been?
It's obviously, it has ups and downs. First of all, it's so funny when you say I'm a fitness influencer. That's so funny. I'm
do you not consider yourself?
I don't know what I consider myself.
I think you are.
I think you are. Yeah.
Yeah. You are influencing people,
exactly,
to have a healthier lifestyle.
Yeah. It's just influencer comes, I feel like that word comes with a lot of negativity these days. But if you actually look at the word, it's just influencing people.
Yeah, that's right.
And in a positive way, right? You're not influencing them into an MLM or try to buy drugs or something.
Yeah. I can guarantee, I can vouch that I have been positively influenced by Bhagya to go to the gym.
There you go, you're an influencer girl.
That's right.
I think there are lots of people that receive it negatively, but I think that comes from a place of hurt and insecurity and just hiding their what do you call it, struggles, they don't want to kind of deal with that. Because I do speak to the heart most of the time, and I directly point at people's I don't know how to call it, it's not,
you're not beating around the bush, you're calling
getting
it out,
straight to the point. And people do think that I'm mean or I'm rude or I've gotten that a lot, but if you actually know me in real life, I'm that's not who I am. I'm not a rude person. I'm just trying to be real with people, because I feel we don't really see that a lot in social media. It's just I always get up and I have my 5 a.m. gym. Like it's very like positive.
Yeah.
Like that's not a bad thing. Like you're influencing and motivating people.
Exactly.
But there's not many people that are real and raw. And I think when it does hit close, people start to think. And that's what I want people to do. I want them to think. And if it really does like make them feel agitated, that's a good thing. Like it's like
I feel attacked.
It's like holding a mirror to your face kind of thing. I don't see that as a bad thing, and I think people take it and they think about it and then dwell on it, and therefore it brings awareness to their flaws or what they're struggling with. So yeah, I think even though it's hard to post like direct things, I think it does overall eventually like bring a positive influence to people.
It pays off.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I feel like not a lot of people realize is that when you're in your comfort zone, it's not a good place to grow. It's not a good place to improve yourself.
Yeah.
I think you have to be a bit uncomfortable. Like as we say, like if I keep like, you know, doing 7 kilos shoulder press for like, you know, the whole year, my shoulders aren't going to grow. I need to go up in weight. I need to push push through and, you know, go out of my comfort zone to grow. So I think a lot of people, I mean, we are human beings at the end of the day. We like being comfortable. We like being in our safe space. But the hard truth is that you need to push yourself and, you know, grow. And yeah, some people can, I think, people in general, it's just the human nature to feel like resist first and then move on, I guess.
I agree.
But yeah, interesting. What sort of music do you listen to when you work out?
Oh, that's so funny because I never thought this would be exposed online. I'm like,
oh, tell us.
I'm genuinely
Tell us, I
like
feel like this
in
is
the
the
gym, like properly focused, and like in my ears it's like Baila or like Sunim Ferreira is like playing.
Girl, after my heart. That's what I listen to when I run. I have like a brown uncle playlist that I listen to. Drunk uncle playlist.
Wow.
When I run, that's all I listen to.
Yeah, not all the time, but a lot of the time it like just puts me in a good mood. Like there's no way you can be in a bad mood listening to that music.
You can't.
Yeah, you
unless
can't.
you're like an evil monster. You can't.
So it's just going like I'm in a good mood.
That's interesting.
But yeah,
100%,
if not, it's like
I don't understand how people like listen to podcasts when they work out. Like I don't.
I do that sometimes.
I mean, if you're on a walk or if you're going for a run, I do get it. But if you're like lifting weights and you're like struggling,
yeah.
I listen to podcasts
I know some people
when
do
I
it.
run. Yeah, when I listen to true crime when I run. But
True crime.
yeah,
But
I'm a true
it has to be
crime
music
girly.
for me.
I see.
That's my personality.
Oh, I get nightmares. Like I'm too scared.
I'm over that phase. I was over that phase a long time ago.
Shanali very casually wake up. Shanali casually wakes up on a Sunday morning, makes her coffee and sit down to watch people how they kill other people. Yeah, exactly. There's just like Shanali in her zen mode listening to how people like scream and kill themselves.
I don't even watch horror movies. I can't.
But we love her.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that's my jam.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think for me, it has to be music. It has to be music when I work out. But I have a wide range. I'm into like very Latina type of music. A lot of
South American.
Yeah, I feel like that. It helps with the tempo as well sometimes. Yeah, I love that. And I listen to a lot of like Korean like dance music as well, almost.
Mine's like my music of choice. Even when I drive, like driving and weightlifting is like 2000s R&B bangers.
That's what I listen to
like
as well.
Sean Paul,
Paul, Pitbull,
Pitbull, like those are
let's
like
go.
ultimate. So that's
Mohombi.
Mohombi, Asha, like. That's my jam.
I was literally listening to them yesterday.
Yeah, mine is also like old school R&B or like Afro beats.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Similar kind of taste.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think MJ sometimes listens to Bollywood music.
Oh yeah.
I've done that. Not bad.
Yeah. Sometimes I do.
Yeah, there's some good ones.
Just break out into dance.
But MJ has got no chill in the gym. Honestly, he's like, can you not dance around me or like trying to like?
Ryan's the same.
I feel like he just wants to look mean and angry all the time in the gym.
Ryan
like
is
I
the
don't
same.
know.
You know, when you said that you used to like work out with, I was thinking like there was a point in my life I was like, okay, Ryan, like because he's like really into working out, he knows his stuff. I was like, okay, you can train me. That lasted like maybe 1 day, and I was like, absolutely not. Because he's such a bully. Like he was bullying me, and like
I mean, not him.
yeah, and he was like, when I was trying to lift, like he wanted me to lift all, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. He's like, you just don't listen to me. Like I shouldn't train. I was like, no, shut up, leave me alone. So we did not go to the gym alone. Together because we just can't. Like he's just such a bully.
But I mean, I'm guilty of getting distracted in the gym.
Same.
Like something that So MJ's like always like the timeout police is like, how long have you been resting? Like,
I do that.
Like what the hell?
I do that for Kevin.
Is that you? You're the bully.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, there's no reason like you like no one's stopping you from smiling. Why do you look so mad? Why do you look like I'm like trying to murder you or something? Like just he's got no chill in the gym. And after he comes out of the gym, he's like all bubbly and I was like, oh, that was a good workout. I was like, how do you change your personality? Like he's weird.
So that's been a really fun conversation. Honestly, I didn't even realize we had gone on for so long until I just looked at the time. I didn't even feel like the time go. But thank you so much, Bhagya, for your time, coming and talking to us. And we really, really appreciate it. And we just wanted to say to all our listeners and viewers, if you do want to contact Bhagya, I'm sure we'll put up her Instagram here. Yeah. I think it's Bhagya.r. Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Bhagya.r.
We'll put up all her socials.
So you can contact her. Yeah, and get your advice or coaching or if you just want to chat to her, she's a great girl.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Exactly. And I love her content, and I love the series where you show how much calories certain foods got. Like, and some of those posts have actually quite surprised me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know that. And I really. Yeah, she shares a lot of like useful, informative content, which I think everyone can benefit from. So
and I think also coming from like we did the recent episode about body shaming and all that. After us having that discussion, like we thought it was important to have this kind of positive kind of video with someone who is educated and knows about it. And we are obviously not trying, and I know Bhagya is the same, not trying to promote any kind of toxic, negative outlook about your body. It's all about being healthy and active and, looking after your health. So that's what we really want to promote. And I really want to emphasize that because I don't want people to think, we're talking about body positivity and now we're just talking about going to the gym and being, that kind of thing, because that's not our intention at all, right?
Exactly. And I think I saw someone comment about obesity is not healthy, being overweight is not you don't need to glorify that, and that is not the intention.
Absolutely.
It's just that fat shaming or body shaming someone is not the solution to obesity. It's not the obesity solution to being overweight. We just want to promote an active lifestyle and also provide more importance on why being physically active and having an active lifestyle can give you a lot more clarity and a lot more positives than negatives. Or I don't think it has any negatives really.
And it's
how it can have a positive impact. On your life.
It's not just about what's on the outside, it's also like what's on the inside. So that's what we want to promote, and I know that's what Bhagya, with your page, that's what you try to promote as well. If any of you want to contact her, definitely do so via Instagram, and I'm sure she would love to have a chat.
Yes, thanks so much for having me, guys. It's been very fun. And I have 2 new friends. Hey, did you guys notice
it's been
that
so nice.
people nowadays do some different kind of
I
art?
don't know.
They do something like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. No, this is
What is
it.
this? Yeah.
We should. Hey, MJ, take your screenshots for the what is it for the
yes.
thumbnail.
Yeah, exactly.
That was so cute. Oh my
How
god,
did that happen?
How did that happen?
I don't know.
Oh, I think it's something in FaceTime you can. I think you have to enable that.
Sorry
or
guys,
whatever.
we're just really overreacting.
Hey.
Oh my god,
Hey,
look at
there
that.
it is.
So when Bhagya did the heart, there were like actual visual
Actual
hearts
red
flying
hearts.
around, which Desh and I didn't
Yeah.
get, but never mind.
We are a bit technologically challenged.
Challenge. Yeah, that is true. But anyway, it was so
But no, it's
nice
been-
talking
yeah.
to you and you too, Desh. It's been a really fun
Yes.
episode. So
It's been very
Thank you
fun
for
and
that.
very informative, but also very, I don't know, wholesome,
Entertaining,
fun,
yeah.
entertaining as well. So
Yeah.
we're very thankful and grateful, Bhagya, for
Thank you.
we know that it's your rest day,
Exactly.
relaxation day, Sunday, but thank you for having some time off to spend with
Spend
us
with
and
us.
Yeah.
talk to us. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. We had so much fun.
Thank you.
All right.
take care, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a safe
All right.
week. We'll see you next time.
Yes.
See ya.